Ladies and gentlemen, please begin to take your seats. Today's program will begin in 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, please begin to take your seats. Today's program will begin in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin momentarily. Please take this opportunity to check all cell phones, Blackberries, and other wireless forms of communication and make sure that they are in the off position.
Please rise for the Mount Pleasant High School class of 2016 and remain standing through the national anthem.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice for all.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Chris Louder, Superintendent of Cabarrus County Schools, and on behalf of the Cabarrus County Board of Education and the Cabarrus County School Administration, I would like to welcome you to today's graduation ceremony as we celebrate and recognize the class of 2016. All year long, I search for ideas to use in the graduation speech. Not too long ago, I spoke to a group of students, and when I took questions from them, one of them said, "If you could go back in time and talk to yourself, what would you say?" I thought, wow, what a great question, and then I did my best to answer. When I got back in my car to leave that day, the song that came up on my phone was a song called "Letter to Me" by Brad Paisley. I realized I had found my speech. If you're not familiar with the song, it's a country song where the narrator is writing a letter to himself when he is 17 so he can learn from his experiences. I thought I would also write a letter to me at 17, and hopefully you graduates might remember one or two things from my journey that could possibly assist you on yours. So here we go. Dear 17-year-old me, this is your 47-year-old self sending you a letter. Pay attention and it might help guide you over the next 30 years. Well, let's start where it hurts. Your hair turns white and you gain about 50 pounds. They both happen a lot quicker than you can imagine, so enjoy looking young and eating what you want while you can. You will worry about where you're going to college and whether it's good enough and whether you'll make good grades and whether you can get a job and from those grades and on and on and on. College will be great and you will love it, but my experience after graduating is that no one really cares where you went to school, and no one has ever asked me what my GPA was in college. What they do want to know is if you do your best, if you will listen and learn, if you're honest and decent, if you show up for work, and if you show up on time. And if you do these very simple things, you can do anything you want to in this world. I know you will worry if you will ever meet anyone and get married. You worry how you will know that they're the one and what sets them apart, and on and on and on. I won't tell you who or how you meet because that's part of the magic, but just know that she's pretty great, and after almost 23 years of being married, she still makes you laugh more than anyone else. When things are difficult, laughter is often the only thing that gets you through. So always, always try to be around and date people that make you laugh. You will have pain. The world is a tough place. It can be mean and it will knock you down and beat you up. It will happen in love, with friends, and at work. Some of the most difficult times in your life will end up being the ones that benefit you the most. The girl that you didn't get, the school that you didn't get into, the friend that betrays you, or the promotion you didn't get. When these terrible things happen and you feel like you're knocked off your feet, you cannot retreat and stay home or stay in the bed. Instead, when you get knocked down, the most important thing is to come up swinging. It is that ability to keep fighting that will make the difference in your life. In every new role or job you take, you need to find yourself a mentor. There's always someone older and wiser who's been there and who's willing to help you. You think to yourself, I will never be like them, and there's no way they know what it's like to live today. The fact is, there are people with experience who know all about it and could have helped you navigate the situation. Find yourself a mentor at work and a personal mentor. Even though you think they know nothing, Mom and Dad and several of the veterans at work can help you quite a bit if you'll just ask them. You will think that your hometown is boring and repetitive. You will think, I would rather be anywhere than here. So go check out other places and opportunities and see what you like and what you don't. Travel and visit other places and experience everything that you can. But know that once you have been to those places, and even when you live somewhere else, home will always have a special place. Each time you go away and return, you will always feel a warm comfort when you see that sign that says, Welcome to Cabarrus County. And know that wherever you go, and whatever new things you do, and whatever new foods you try, nothing will ever be quite as good as a jumbo cherry lemon sundrop. Lastly, and probably most importantly, tell everyone that you care about that you love them. Tell Mom and Dad, tell your brother and sister, tell Grandma and Grandpa, tell Meemaw and Pawpaw, tell the teachers who meant so much to you, tell your friends, tell your wife, and tell your children. You can't go wrong by saying I love you, and no one ever says he told me he loved me too much. Sincerely, your 47-year-old self. P.S. In about 30 years, you'll be talking to a group of students about to graduate from high school. They will be excited and scared and anxious about their future. Make sure you reassure them and tell them that everything is going to be okay. And so we say, congratulations, class of 2016. We are very proud of you, and we love you very much. As you go out into the world, do your best, tell the truth, listen, be decent to people, show up for work and show up on time, find yourself a mentor, surround yourself with people that make you laugh. When the world knocks you down, come up swinging, and tell everyone you care about that you love them. If you do these things, or at least most of them, there's no need to worry. You are prepared for all the world has to offer. Trust me, as someone who was where you were 30 years ago, everything is going to be okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Chase Newmeyer. This year, I've had the honor and privilege to serve Mount Pleasant High School as student body president. At this time, I'd like to welcome friends, family, and most importantly, welcome class of 2016. As a class, we've grown together in many ways. The things that used to divide us as freshmen have passed, and as seniors, we stand together as one body. This journey through school all led up to this moment, but some people we expected to share this moment with didn't make it. Before she passed, my grandmother wrote each of her grandchildren a letter. Little did I know the lasting impact her words would have on me. I would like to share those words with you today. Dear Chase, you are my first grandson and you are very special to me. Your mom, you and I drove across the country with you when you were 6 weeks old. I love spending that time with you. I have always been proud of you and I'm sure you will have a good life. You are also very loving, helpful, and caring. Those are very good qualities. So sorry I have to leave you so soon. I would have loved to see you graduate from high school. I love you very much, Grandma Inger. My grandmother was always someone I looked up to and learned from. But the most important thing she's taught me was the power of words. Many days, her words would echo in my mind. Today, we can apply the same principles to our graduation. By the end of today, a new chapter will begin. After the ceremony, we will gather outside and mingle one last time. Although it's comforting to say it's not goodbye, it's see you later, the reality is it's actually goodbye. Many of the people sitting around you now, you will never see again. Many graduation speeches say that you should tell those around you just how much you cherish them. Too often, we ignore this statement and the meaning it brings. Words have a lasting impact, and in these special moments, I encourage you to lift those up around you. Let them know the best things about them, the things you remember, the qualities that stand out most clearly, and how you value them in your life. These moments will live forever in our minds, and you can make a lasting impact in the lives of your peers around you. I believe the future can be brighter than the present, and I believe that you as individuals and we as one body can help make it so. Today marks our final roll call together. It has been an honor and a privilege to be a part of Mount Pleasant High School's class of 2016. Thank you.
Year after year, countless students have stood where I am today and have spoken to their peers about what the future has to offer. And we've all heard the cliches. The world is full of possibilities. Today starts the beginning of your life as an adult. And perhaps some of the typical cliches are essentially true. And even if they aren't, they sound really good in front of an arena of people ready to watch you graduate. But today, instead of standing before you and telling you all of the things you already know, and repeating cliches that you just don't believe, I want to simply remind you of some of the things that you may not typically hear. People will tell you that after today, life truly begins, and you are on your own to forge whatever path it is that you want to take. And that's partially true. You do have the ability to go wherever you choose in life. However, life doesn't simply start today because you are no longer in high school. You have already lived for quite some time and have endured 12 years of brutal education. During your existence, you have formed friendships, achieved goals, made mistakes, and have countless memories. These things should not be disregarded because you are about to graduate. Life doesn't begin as you walk across the stage today. It has already begun. It just changes. Furthermore, you are not alone and after your own after today because you are an adult. In the game of who wants to be a successful high school graduate, you have unlimited phone of friends. Don't be afraid to call your family when things don't go as planned. Call your best friend when you've had a terrible day at work. Call and order pizza for delivery. You don't have to have a reason. Just call them and I guarantee you will feel much better. Also, don't be so taken with the future that you forget about the past. Life tends to move rather quickly, and before you know it, tomorrow is today, and the future is the present. Don't take for granted the people that are beside you today, the loved ones who have motivated you to be the best version of yourself, and the friends who have taught you the truly important things in life, like how to make really good mac and cheese and why you should never stay up all night before an exam. I won't bore you with the cliche that we will all be friends forever and never drift apart, because it isn't necessarily true. We may very well walk out of the arena doors today and never see each other again simply because life has pulled us in different directions. Some of us may go straight into the workforce. Others may begin serving our country or heading on the path of higher education. Do not worry though. While friendships and acquaintances may change and fade, the moments that we have shared together will never be forgotten. Unless you forget. It's commonly thought that high school prepares you for this so-called real world that everyone seems to refer to. And in a sense, it has. In the 4 years that you have been here, you have learned how to connect with people, communicate ideas, and most importantly, make decisions for yourself. These are extremely valuable skills that you are going to need after high school. But graduation does not signify the end of an era of learning. There is still much to learn, even though we think we know it all. So be open-minded to the lessons that are given to you from areas beyond the classroom, and accept good advice, even if it doesn't come from a teacher at Mount Pleasant. Some of the most powerful lessons can come from those who you would not expect. Lastly, it is often said that high school is a part of the best years of your life. And for some, this may be true. High school is a lot of fun when you aren't up until 3 a.m. writing research papers, doing group work that never seems to be effective, and being constantly reminded that life is going to get a lot harder. If high school has been the best experience of your life, then cherish the moments you've shared and carry them with you forever as a part of who you are. However, know that from here, we can only go up and move forward. The next chapter of your life is going to be far more exciting than the last. So anxiously await the journey that is ahead of you. You have a lot more sleepless nights, teamwork, and challenges in your future. But let today stand as proof that you will endure any struggle that is presented to you and succeed. So as you receive your diploma today, the one that you have worked 12 years for, be proud of all that you have accomplished and look towards the future positively, knowing that there is far more to come. Remember that you are never alone, and take time to appreciate what is right in front of you. Be excited for what you will learn next on your journey through life, and travel as far as your dreams will take you. Just don't forget the blue and gold small town that you can always come back to. You already know all of the advice that people have been giving you for years. But if you remember nothing else, remember this: you can do anything you set your mind to. And that's a cliche even I believe. Thank you.
They tell us that no one likes change. However, in my time throughout Mount Pleasant High School, change was never something that I had to worry about. It simply happened as I was living my life. I believe this subtle shift in my life as a whole was due to the wonderful experiences with which I was blessed. From my teachers, to my friends, to my community, I was lucky enough to become the person that I am today. Mount Pleasant is a school that is truly lucky to have such an incredible teachers and staff. The true character of this school is seen through the simplest of things. I once saw one of the wonderful ladies from the cafeteria putting up posters meant to encourage the student body. As I walked past and said good morning, it occurred to me just how thoughtful that was. While some may have scoffed at the idea, I believe that it was worth so much more than meets the eye. This member of the school went out of her way to do something kind, without any need for recognition. It is a shame that many do not know her name, but I took the time to learn, and I thank you, Miss Barnhart. This behavior is characteristic of anyone who works for our school. I believe I speak for everyone when I say that in attending Mount Pleasant, you not only find teachers, you also find mentors, advisors, and friends. While it is expected that our school had its bouts of drama, I know, shocking, isn't it? In my 4 years here, I have found people who have impacted my life for the better in ways they may not even begin to imagine. I could walk into the bathroom on one of my worst days, and one of my peers would tell me that my hair looked nice that day. After that, I may never see the girl again, outside of passing her in the hallway, but that did not matter. I have been able to create a family, a home away from home with people I have met throughout my education. I have grown so close to the people I have met that all it takes is a mere look to know that someone is upset, and without another word, we can pull each other aside and get to the root of the problem. This is simply the way the students at Mount Pleasant conduct themselves. It is the way we are raised. There is always conflict. It is to be expected. But outside of that, there's a sort of bubble of support that I believe envelops even the so-called outcasts. This sense of support stretches through the very community in which we live, and it can be seen around every corner. It was always awe-inspiring to walk into the football stadium on a Friday night and see the seats awash in a sea of blue and gold. Even on our worst nights, our community supported us wholeheartedly, even going so far as to scream at the refs for every questionable call. And it was never just sports. I could walk into the theater every Thursday morning and see leaders from our community leading the students in prayer for YCI. Then, if you came to any show that the theater department put on, you'd find rows of seats filled with parents, cries of, "That's my baby," just on the edge of their lips. It is a community such as this one that I believe makes us who we are today. With as much as we have seen in our 4 years here, it is easy to see why we never noticed the change, but it's there. I believe we have all changed as people because of the environment in which we learn, work, and live. I also believe we have been blessed to be a part of such wonderful surroundings. And I think I speak for most of you when I say that I am so entirely grateful for the person that I have become. So I would like to thank the staff of Mount Pleasant High School. I would like to thank the community in which we have been raised. And most of all, I would like to thank you, the class of 2016. Thank you.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, teachers, faculty, and staff. Let me begin with a big congratulations to the class of 2016. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve you all as your senior class president. Today is a special day, one that will live on with us for the rest of our lives. 4 years ago, we entered high school as small, meek freshmen. It was our rookie season. We were unsure of ourselves. We had not really found our identity. We were new to the league. We were wandering around, looking for things that seemed interesting at the time, trying to find our niche. We wanted to make a name for ourselves, We went to our first football, basketball, and baseball games. We swung and missed the academic curveball that some of our first-year classes used to strike us out. Our parents, teachers, and coaches rallied us together and encouraged us for the next at-bat. We now know to keep our heads down, swing through, and watch the ball sail over the fence. We were waiting for that opportunity. Little did we know that we were beginning the long journey that got us where we are today. Then our sophomore season came around. We were beginning to settle in and find our strengths and weaknesses. We were gaining popularity. We had a better idea of where we excelled, whether it be academics, sports, community service, club involvement, leadership roles, the list goes on. We began to get involved in different things and broaden our resumes. We even managed to get our driver's license. We were gaining responsibility. We wanted to become better prospects and set ourselves up for our 2 upcoming seasons. Junior year came around, our 3rd season in the big leagues, the year that would make or break us. Each of us had found our place in the league. Our teammates relied on us more. People knew who we were, what we were involved in, what we enjoyed, what we were good at. All we had to do was work hard and set ourselves up for the big fat contract every baseball player wants to earn. For many of us, it was the opportunity for college. For others, it was a job or the opportunity to serve our country in the armed forces. The harder we worked, the more we excelled. The fatter our contract, the better our opportunity. After all, we wanted to go big or go home. Our schedules got harder and our responsibilities increased. AP and honors classes were the tough pitchers no batter wants to face. And they came with many different and difficult pitches, but the higher the risk, the higher the reward. Despite the many tricky pitches thrown our way, we were able to come out on top. We kept our head down, studied hard, swung through, and watched as the ball sailed over the fence. Finally, we became seniors. We were the big dogs on campus, the pros. The kids wanted our baseball cards. All the hard work leading up to it paid off. We earned the big contracts, the franchise tags, and the big opportunities we strived for. We did it. There are many in our class going on with big academic and athletic scholarships, and I would like to take a moment and congratulate those for that accomplishment. Others are going on to serve in the military, and I would like to honor those people as well. It was great, it was fun, and it flew by fast because here we are, ready to graduate, and it feels as just yesterday we were sporting the cardstock crowns around campus. The senior nights, the senior privileges, and senior year in general went by too quickly. Now, to the graduating class of 2016, do not forget this team that you have been a part of for the last 4 years. As you join other teams and pursue other opportunities, here is some advice from some of the great players in the history of baseball. Derek Jeter tells you that there may be people that have more talent than you, but there is no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do. Yogi Berra says, "It ain't over till it's over." Bo Jackson advises you to set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. From Babe Ruth, you learn not to let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game, and that it's hard to beat a player who doesn't give up. So be the best you can be. Never give up, and you will achieve great things. Finally, Jackie Robinson taught us that a life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. I challenge all of you, no matter where your life leads you, go and make an impact. Congratulations to the Mount Pleasant High School class of 2016. Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome. I would first like to take the time to share with you just how proud I am of you, the Mount Pleasant High School class of 2016. Your strong leadership has set a positive and creative atmosphere for all students to follow you at Mount Pleasant High School. You have been instrumental in creating a true Tiger family. Students, your hard work and dedication has been instrumental to your success. I'm going to share with you a few examples of that success. In sports, we reached the third round of the state playoffs in football and in baseball. We had state champions, swimmers, and we had state champion runner this year. Our students performed countless acts of community service. Some of these acts included raising money for the JDRF, continuing the King of the Court tradition to raise money for breast cancer research for a cure. You raised money to install swing sets for our special needs students at Mount Pleasant High School and participate in other capital projects around the campus to leave your mark for future generations of Tigers. This year, you, our students, have had over $2.1 million in college, academic, and athletic scholarships. This includes our first ever UNCC Levine Scholar. Graduates, before you leave and embark on your lives, I have some parting advice to share with you. As you move on to college, a job, or whatever your path takes in life, please remember this. Your time on this planet is limited, so do not waste it living someone else's life. Do not be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice and soul. If you believe in what you're saying, if you believe in what you're doing, you'll be more effective, more passionate, and more authentic in everything that you do. Believing in yourself was part of what got you to this special day. Continue to believe in yourselves. Don't let anyone put limits on you. Do not put limits on yourself. Know what you can, know that if you can work hard to get the job you want. Know that if you want to, you can provide for yourselves and provide for your family. Know that you can and will make a world a better place. It has truly been my honor to have been your principal at Mount Pleasant High School. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Lauder, parents and family and special guests. It is my pleasure to present the following candidates for graduation from Mount Pleasant High School.
Evan Isaac Allison, cum laude. Adam Michael Allman, cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Tarek Bilal Al-Rusan. Morgan Lynn Andrewick, cum laude. Bradley Austin Arrowwood, cum laude. Isaiah Amel Atkinson. Brianna Lynn Ballard, magna cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Zachary Dean Balcom, cum laude. Aaliyah Kylie Marie Bennett, magna cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Stephanie Ray Bingham, magna cum laude. Kristen Lee Blake, magna cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Chase Austin Blythe. Bryson William Bone, cum laude. Thomas Shane Boshiers Jr., cum laude. Kevin Connor Bowman. Devin Alexander Brewer. Talia Megan Brittle. Joshua Theo Vassier Brooker. Colton Lane Brown. Brianna Jean Burleson. Wesley Duke Campbell. Celeste Jelena Carballo. Hannah Ruby Carter, cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Ashley Mae Carver. Elizabeth Ann Casey. Matthew Farrell Cavanis. Zachary Ryan Childers, cum laude. Cameron Wayne Klein. Logan Alexander Klontz. Xavier Fernando Colazzo. Michaela Cheyenne Cook, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Catherine Elise Craver, magna cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Trevor Michael Crudell, magna cum laude. Alexander Joseph Dancer. Morgan Elizabeth Deal, cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Jamie Brian Dean Jr. Jacob Gage DeBryan. Daniel Landon Dilks. Courtney Allison Dillon. Amanda Louise Dove, cum laude. Aramis Joseph Drake. Kayla Nicole Drake, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Dylan Paul Dry. Dagan Hayes Delaney. Destiny Schuyler Dunn. Gavin McKenzie Dwinell, cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Haley Brooke Dwyer, magna cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Joseph Tanner Easley. Cody Alston Udi. Emily Mae Faggart, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Kyle Hoffman Fincher, cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Haley Catherine Fletcher, magna cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Adam Daniel Flynn, cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Catherine Grace Francisco, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Kaylee Marie Fries. Tyler James Gill. Logan Lamar Gilmore. Karsten Richard Granja. Louis Ray Gresham. Dylan Lee Hagler. Tyler Dean Hagler. Brittany Taylor Hall, magna cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Clayton Graham Hamill. Damon Luke Hamill. Stevenson Cooper Harper. Brandon Lee Hawkins. Brendan Lynn Helms. Jacob Ross Helms. Joshua Ray Helms. Zachary Eugene Hines. Devin McKenzie Honeycutt. Lawson Chase Honeycutt, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Devin Ray Hooker. Clayton James Horn, cum laude. Taylor Elizabeth Horton. Shelby Lynn Hyde, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Bradley Joseph Iyinger. Rebecca Rose Irwin. Cameron Justin Eisenhower. Margaret Ann Jackson, magna cum laude. Abigail Nicole James. Christina Renee Jones, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Savannah Lee Jordan. Kristen Aaliyah Key. Alexis Kayla Kelly. Jasmine Debrenna Kelly. Kyle Alexander Knight. Sarah Bailey Kreminger. Joshua James Kinsley, magna cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Tristan Blake Langston. Stuart Allen Laws, cum laude. Brent Brandon Lee. Reginald Jaquan Sumter Lee. Shang Lee, magna cum laude. Lily Juanita Leffler. Tyler Frank Leffler. River Lee Chow Lo. Evan James Love. Andrew Douglas Lyerly. Jonathan Richard Martin. Eric Michael Matthew. Aaron Noel Malden. Mariah Rose Mara, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Christopher David Myers. Gabrielle Christine Mayhew. Zachary Michael Mayo, cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Summer Leanne McAnulty, summa cum laude, North Carolina Academic Scholar. Zachary Colin McCullough. River Andrew Medlin, summa cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Madison Lee Manus. Candace Darlene Miller, magna cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. William Teddy Miller. Cameron Scott Mitchell. Joshua Carlton Mosher. Chase Thomas Newmeyer, magna cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Cameron Charles Oliver, summa cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Shella Mae Mallory Pangalinen. Sherwin Mallory Pangalinen. Kyle Lee Pinta. Morgan Elizabeth Pleasance. Nicholas Anthony Prezzuti. Dylan Hunter Rayfield. Cody Edward Whitley Reese. Dylan Grady Reese. Savannah Lynn Reeder, cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Noah Ernest Richardson. Harley Uenda Reidenauer. Anna Marie Reinhardt. Jade Olivia Ross. Connor Michael Rowland, magna cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Kaylin Nicole Sanderson, cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Scott Alexander Sistoki. Douglas Jacob Saunders. Chantel Marie Sears. Haley Cheyenne Shackelford, cum laude. Christopher Lee Shaver. Thomas Noah Shaver, summa cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Connor Douglas Shapiris. Alice Elizabeth Sherrill. Jordan Elizabeth Shields, magna cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Savannah Faye Shirley. Jackson Miller Ski, cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Ashley Nicole Smith. Austin Landon Smith. Seth Creed Smiley. Constance Michelle Sorrow. Caleb Adam Spears, summa cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Noah Gage Stamey. Summer Nicole Stamey. Brittany Michaela Stanley, magna cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Ashley Morgan Starnes. Shay Madison Starnes. Ikana Briche Still. Jordan Lee Stover. Nicholas Lane Sutton. Mason Riley Sweet. Christian Luke Talbert. Grant Mason Taylor. Andrew Hunter Thomas, cum laude. Will Edward Thompson, cum laude. Courtney Nicole Tompkinson. Jonathan Tyler Tomlin. Sean Anthony Ray Toussaint, magna cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Bryson Davis Vanover. Claudia Nancy Vervalitas. Farah Jewel Walker, cum laude. Miles Thomas Walker, summa cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Zachary Thomas Walker, magna cum laude. Jesse Lynn Renee Ward, cum laude. Allison Nicole Waters, cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Riley Alexander Webb, summa cum laude, North Carolina academic scholar. Robert Dominic Alton Weems, cum laude. Dakota Dylan Wenzel. Amanda Mae Williams, cum laude. Jason Xavier Williams. Jara Nicole Williams. Brianna Bess Wilson. Cody Nathaniel Yelton. Kristen Nicole Zandrowitz.
If the class of 2016, could you please rise, please? It's just about time. In the presence of these witnesses and by the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina and the Cabarrus County School Board of Education, I now pronounce you graduates of Mount Pleasant High School. You may turn your tassels. Congratulations, class of 2016.